All right, man. Listen. Before I get this vid started, man, I just want to clear something up, man. As you can see, I got on a black shirt. You know what I'm saying? I got a black shirt on, and y'all probably thinking like, why Matthew keep wearing the same black shirt? Like he been wearing the same joint like for like the past like five vids. Listen, before I just want to clear it up, man. I got this shirt, all black shirts, man. I got 2 more in the washing machine. You know what I'm saying? So that's 6 in total. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want to think that I'm wearing the exact same shirt every single day. You know what I'm saying? I got the different types of the same black shirt. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go simple. You know what I'm saying? Simplicity's the best way to go at it. And black goes well with everything. You know what I'm saying? Black goes well with everything. No cap. Black and white. It goes well with a lot of things. But I think with black, it goes well with a lot of things. Most things. You know what I'm saying? So today we got Tracy McGrady. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Aiden. You know what I'm saying? Because Aiden told me, hey, listen, Young Gala is the person who made this video. Shout out Young Gala. But Young Gala made a video right here, not too long ago, around January, about NBA legends and players, explaining how scary good prime Tracy McGrady was. Man, Aiden told me to check it out, so here I am. You know what I'm saying? I told Aiden, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be the first video of the week. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the first video of the week. So here we are. You know what I'm saying? Getting the day started with this video right here, man. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate you, Aiden, for looking out, all that great stuff, man. And yeah, man, you're new to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the vid, you know what I'm saying? Drop a like, you know what I'm saying? Show love and support, all that great stuff. And you want to subscribe, you know what I'm saying? You can. You don't have to, but you can. You don't have to, but you can. You know what I'm saying? And real quick before I get this vid started, man, I just wanna drop a gemstone right quick, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to drop a gemstone. For those who don't know, I like to write. This quote is gonna be from Albert Einstein. Shout out Albert Einstein, you know what I'm saying? But he said, he said, once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. You know what I'm saying? One more? All right, bet. One more. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions, bro. Woo! You know what I'm saying? Those 2 quotes right there, big quotes, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You gotta accept, you know what I'm saying, your weaknesses and all that stuff, so you could go past them. No cap, man. You can't be hindering away from all that stuff. And I'm working on doing that myself. You know what I'm saying? So every single day I'm getting better and better. But I'm working on that stuff. You know, accepting my own limits so I can surpass them. You know what I'm saying? And then imagination, like the first level of creation is your thought. You know what I'm saying? The car you want, the house you want. You can't get it unless you think it first. Once you think it, you know what I'm saying? If you could think it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Steve Harvey because he said that. But yeah, man, I just wanted to share that, no cap. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the video in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it, man.
And it's your boy YG, aka Young Gala.
What's good, YG?
Tracy McGrady is one of my favorite players of all time.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, if it wasn't
Tracy
for
McGrady in his prime was crazy.
Of all time. And he's definitely the biggest what ifs in NBA history.
Facts.
I mean, guys, he was giving your favorite players buckets.
Facts.
He was basically like Kobe with 2 or 3 extra inches.
6'9".
Nobody could guard him in his prime.
That's insane.
He was literally a generational talent.
That's
but
insane.
What made him great was the ability to come back in late game situations. I mean, he scored 13 points in 33 seconds. A lot of players don't even average that. And that's a lot of players' averages.
13.
And it's hard to say that he was underrated because he still is in the Hall of Fame. And back in the day, they used to say who you think is better, Kobe or T-Mac. So people still recognize his greatness back then. And I will say this, he had potential to become a top 5 player of all time. Just his skill set alone is everything you want as an NBA player. Just be honest, he's the literal definition of a created 2K player. I mean, he was the first to do an
hey, that's true though.
Alley-oop.
No cap.
He was never seen before until Tracy McGrady did. Just imagine if Tracy McGrady had Kobe mentality or Michael Jordan mentality. Forget being top 5 player of all time, he'll be the greatest player of all time. So enough of me talking, let's listen to how the NBA
that's a good instrumental you got in the background for real. I missed the instrumental.
But before we get straight into that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the culture so you won't be missing any of my videos. And let's get to the vid, man.
So I mean, there's a lot of guys, but the guy that always gave me the most problems actually was Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady.
Yeah. Tracy McGrady, man. Tracy McGrady with his, he had all the skills and all the athleticism.
I've watched this interview.
McGrady just gave LeBron the nod. Like, did you see that? What did you think of that dunk, man, on the court? Man, that dunk was ridiculous. His athletic ability is beyond wonders, and right now he's showing a lot. The first game of the playoffs, and if you keep going, I hope they get a victory.
Well, I do want to talk about this last subject of our black here, Tracy, because we all know one of the most talented people of your era. I was going to just say guards, but I really would say everything. Look at the video. Meta World Peace asked by Complex Sports if Tracy is in the same class as Kobe and Michael Jordan. Meta responded this: the only difference, I think, with Kobe was that Kobe lifted more than Tracy. So I think Kobe lifting more helped his career as far as staying strong. Kobe did 20 years. I think that was the only major difference. As far as talent, Tracy had it all. He was a big-time player. He probably would have averaged the same amount of points nowadays, even as back then. He was good. Very, very talented.
Probably.
Definitely was on the level of Kobe and Jordan at one point in time. Don't miss that last. Our guy, Tracy McGrady, is going to be inducted
at one point in time. He was
Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Y'all were talking in one of the breaks early in the show about the first time
he was that same caliber.
Chauncey, can you tell that story on TV?
Yeah, I was a counselor at the ABCD camp, and T-Mac was an unknown. Lamar Odom was the best player in the country at the time. In the first game of the camp, T-Mac played against Lamar, and I'll just say this. He went from unknown to the best player in the country.
Tough.
Really?
In one game.
Dang.
It was unbelievable. I was like, who is this kid? Who
Dang.
is this dude?
He was the
imagine that.
T-Mac was the best high school player I've ever seen. He was a man amongst boys. He was doing things that NBA players were doing in high school.
That was stupid.
And I was a fan since high school.
You just mentioned Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
He works for us. Magic, you say? How? I mean, you couldn't say enough good things about him.
This dude was unbelievable, man.
How so?
Unbelievable. Because he could do everything. I mean, I think I told him one time. I said, "Bro, you could do everything I could do on the court, but you were 6'10". Literally everything. I mean, he had no weaknesses, offensively or defensively, and he was a nightmare to guard.
I always wish if I had one player to play with, it was this guy.
He
could do everything.
Tracy McGrady and Kobe on the same.
You would have liked that too.
When I talk to kids about that, that's what I tell them. They ask about the hardest player I ever had to defend. I said it's a pretty easy one. It was Tracy because he could do everything I could do. Every time I played against him, it was like trying to solve a puzzle. Trying to invent schemes almost because regular ones wouldn't work.
T-Mac was unleashed.
Here's a guy at 6'9" that moved as if he was 6'3", can literally do everything. You could turn left shoulder, you can turn right shoulder, you could score from the post, you could score from the perimeter, you could facilitate, you could defend.
That's so tough.
When you have that combination, it's extremely dangerous.
It is. A lethal weapon, bro.
Spending some time with us, bro.
A lethal weapon.
Anytime, brother. I got to get in the studio with y'all.
Hey, anytime I see T-Mac, I automatically got to do this, man. The hang dribble. I got to work on that. That's the king of that hang dribble, man.
The hezzy pull-up, huh?
That pull-up.
To mention, he'll hezzy you, but then once he jumps, the nigga jumps as high as you possibly can on the jump shot, so there's no way you could possibly block it. It's insane. He'll hezzy you and then take off into space and shoot a jumper.
Game with Tracy McGrady after in about 8 years in a row where he averaged 26, and then shoulder and knee and that kind of thing took its toll.
Okay, why we gotta show Sean Bradley always getting dunked?
Because he's always getting dunked on.
It's like the one here.
It's like that easy button he was talking about before. Every time
No, I drafted McGrady in Toronto. And the thing that I saw in him that I loved about him in high school was that he did everything so easily. And it gave the appearance that he was nonchalant, he didn't care. But when you really broke it down on film, he was fast, he was athletic, he was quick. So consequently, he would always be there waiting and look like he was just, you know. I mean, he was never out of position. Offensively, his moves were quick, but they were slow because he was that fast. So you you had a chance to really see him in action. And I think from a shooting standpoint, from a passing standpoint, a ball handling standpoint, he was just about as good as we're going to see in this league, maxed out in those offensive categories.
Right.
You know, when I look at McGrady, it reminds me of why Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, why Larry Bird was Larry Bird. It's not just talent. There's got to be a fire in the belly.
Yeah.
There's got to be a competitive edge where you want to kill the guy across from you. And I've never played with Tracy. I've never had a conversation with him. But he's as talented as any player I've ever seen. But I don't think that fire ever manifested itself.
You know, I mean, it's interesting. In touching on what you said, Isaiah, the demeanor, the look, the appearance, that he's not trying hard. But I don't think
that's a point Steve Kerr made. Okay.
If you don't have a little bit of a fire.
As he did twice.
Yeah. I think the problem was it just was. I mean, I was hurt. I think it would have helped as an older player to sort of help show him a little bit of, how to do things. He was 21 when he went to Orlando and just took off. So he was still young. And the team wasn't that great. And I think a lot of it was frustration. I think a lot of it was he just didn't know really what to do or how to conduct himself, maybe as a teammate, as a leader. But in terms of, like you said, in terms of talent and going out and scoring like he scored, like you have to have a little bit of a fire.
Michael better than the McGradys, and even now Kobe and LeBron, is the fundamentals of the game he was still the best at. His correct hand was always in the passing lane. His footwork was impeccable. So it wasn't natural talent that got him over a lot of times. He, to me, was the most fundamentally gifted athlete ever. Fundamentals with athleticism. I had never seen, even Clyde Drexler, who was a great athlete, didn't have the fundamentals as Michael, but he had the athleticism and everything else. But those 3 years at North Carolina and those 2 or 3 years at Wilmington High School where he learned those fundamentals, I think those were the difference what made Michael.
And I would agree with you, not only in terms of the fundamentals, but also who he learned from. I mean, you played under Coach K. You played under Dean Smith. I played under Bobby Knight. Dean Smith teaching Michael Jordan. So that level of philosophy coming down and understanding how to play fundamentally sound
what it takes to win.
Yeah, I mean, and Bird had great coaching at Indiana State. I remember Carl Nix, number 22, played at Indiana State with Larry Bird, and he was from Chicago, and Carl was always. So I remember him coming back for the summer. We're playing in the summer league, and I remember asking him, I say, is he really that good? He goes, he's that good, but his fundamentals are so flawless. Like, he never makes a mistake in terms of his setup for the shot. He never makes a mistake in terms of his left-hand layup or his right-hand layup. And his fundamental setup is so good, he always has time. So when Bird would catch the basketball, it would look like he would be able to catch it, spin it around, and
you know what?
Because their setup was so good. And there's the same with Jordan. And I think we mistake that for fire in the belly. You know, we used to call that he has know-how. Like Bird, Jordan, them guys had fundamental know-how. McGrady, coming from high school, he didn't get the know-how. You know, so everything had to be, tricky, whereas them guys, even yourself playing under Lute Olson, right? If you don't play under Lute Olson, I don't know if you ever get into the NBA because the fundamental base that you had, that know-how that they gave you, it wasn't because you were a great ball handler, you were a great athlete, you could outrun everybody. You knew how to get open, and that came from great teaching and that those coaches.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally understand what you guys are saying, but my point is, I mean, I look at McGrady and I think, the guy was a brilliant jump shooter. I don't think his fundamentals were bad. They weren't what Bird's or Magic's were or Jordan's. But did he ever step on the floor and just intimidate people with his look? I mean, Larry Bird did that. Michael Jordan did that. You felt their presence.
You know what happens?
I don't think Tracy's presence was ever really felt.
If you're winning, that look means something.
Means more.
When you're losing,
let me give you a better
like
example.
if you give me that look and I know it's behind you, Look, don't be now.
But let me give you a better.
You ain't got pit bulls back there. Those are little chihuahuas, man.
So, guys, hopefully this reminded you how great Tracy McGrady
Hey, valid
was.
point from both
Man, I
sides.
tell you what, he was definitely one of a kind.
Yeah.
And tell me, what is your favorite Tracy McGrady moment? So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and show love to the YG gang. And I'm out.
Hey, man. Shout out to YG right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Valid points in the last, you know what I'm saying? The last point. I understand what Steve Kerr was saying. T-Mac, he's a legend. A legend. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend, and he could have been that much greater, not about like talent and athleticism, but just by having like the pieces around him. And then, you know, if he builds up his, like, you know, his leadership, all these type of things, you know what I'm saying, the qualities, principles of winning, then, you know, he would have been so much more greater, but he's already great. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend for real. So shout out T-Mac, man. Great video from YG. And yeah, man, appreciate you again, Aiden, for shouting this video out right here. But that's gonna do it for today, man. You know what I'm saying? For this video. I got 2 more after this, so stay tuned. And yeah, man. Hope y'all stay well, stay blessed. Love us very much, man. And peace. I'm out.